Okay, so today is day 2 of this raven painting where I'm trying out a slightly different new technique to see if I can break free from all the very tight, tedious, at times detail-oriented brushwork that I am usually performing when I am creating a painting. I feel like being able to do it definitely serves a purpose sometimes. At this point, I'm really starting to feel like I need more air, like I need more freedom in my paintings. I need to work in a slightly looser manner for several reasons. The most important reason being that I would like to be able to work in the future a little bit quicker. I would also like to feel a little bit more like this, open, spacious breathing, and less like this, like tight holding my breath because the details are so tiny and fine and I'm tensing my whole body. I don't want to paint like that anymore. So this painting, to reiterate, it is just basically an experiment to see how much I can start to break free from this very detail-oriented, tight style that I've been developing over the past few years. So I am going to continue today with the ravens. Yesterday I was mainly focusing on the poppies and I really love the way that I was able to paint those. I feel like adding on the paint, everything just felt a lot more freer and it was so much fun to focus more on design, big picture, leaving some areas more transparent, leaving others a lot more opaque. So that is really the plan for today as I continue painting this painting and start focusing really on the birds and the ravens. So let's see. Let's go. Okay, so today I'm finally starting painting the first raven on this piece, and as I usually do, I decided to start today as well by painting the darkest areas on the raven. I just go in basically with the darkest color that I've mixed for the raven and I just fill in all the darkest areas on the face. This is something I usually do. I start with the darkest colors and then I build my way up into the light with colors and values. So I decided to have the same approach here and not to change that because I think it works really well. Before I continue painting the raven, I just wanted to add in the shadow that it's casting here on the side of the head, because then I can work on the contour line of the raven a little bit more later as well. I did spend a little bit of time doing this actually because I wanted the transitions here to be a little bit smoother and a little bit more seamless, but I think it's really nice to surround the area that I'm working on, especially when there's so many things happening in the contour line with surrounding paint. So once the shadow is in, then I continue working on the raven and I'm just adding in this kind of generalized bluish gray color that is more or less everywhere on the raven. So I'm trying to work quite fast and loose at this point, just rubbing on quite a thin and see-through layer. Actually, I'm not adding on thick layers of paint, I'm just kind of mapping out again where the colors and values exist. After I mapped out the whole area, then I just go back in and model a little bit on some finer details. Again, I'm just rubbing on the paint here quite thinly, as you can see here as I've zoomed in. I can still see the underlying drawing, which is something that I wanted because then I can just pick up those lines a little bit later on with paint. I'm using quite a small brush to map out these finer, smaller highlights and really trying not to spend too long, but just picking them up very loosely with the brush. At this point, I think it's quite interesting to see how much information is required before it's believable. So on the wings here, I'm just rubbing on a few different shades of purple and gray and blue to get some more variation and to convey more that feeling of light falling over the feathers already at this very early stage before I pull out any more highlights or details. Okay, so this is the end of day 2. I have added in soon the first raven. I've worked on it today approximately 3 hours, so I'm still getting quite attached to the details, even though I'm trying in certain areas, like you can see here, to just like scumble on color and pull out like a few of the details and leave it at that. I did get a little bit carried away in the face, but I do think that, you know, if there's kind of one place that I should be allowed to focus a little bit more on details, it's really the eyes and the beaks, and this is really, you know, one of the two focal points of this image, so I think that's okay. So I'm excited to continue with this tomorrow and then definitely start on Raven number 2. I'm excited also to add a few more puppies because I think then everything's really gonna start to come together. But this is it for day 2. Thank you so much for following along this painting journey, and if you liked the video, then it would mean the world if you hit that like button, and if you would like more content like this, then I also invite you to subscribe to my channel. I will be back soon with an update on day 3 painting this Raven painting.